Hello all, it's Gene Harris, the Police Chief for the City of San Gabriel. I want to welcome you to the second virtual 411 with the Chief. Unfortunately, we have to do it this way because of COVID, but I hope everybody is happy and healthy as we work through this tumultuous time. Before we get to the questions, I just want to give you a quick update of things that are going on. You'll be happy to know, and I'm happy to report, that in spite of the COVID outbreak and the COVID issues that we've been dealing with, we are 100% healthy and providing 100% of our police service. And it has been very good to have all of our folks showing up to work and making sure that we provide that knock your socks off service that Gabrielinos have become accustomed to. We're going to continue in that vein, and we'll continue to release information as we can get it out to you. One of the things that we're doing in our community is we're trying to make sure that we gain voluntary compliance. So it's very important that we remind you to follow all of the health orders. Make sure you're putting a mask on and properly socially distancing, and make sure you're holding us accountable as civil servants that we're doing the same. Every now and again, it's okay to gently nudge our guys and tell them, hey, give them an elbow and tell them you forgot to put your mask on. That's perfectly acceptable because we want to make sure that we're providing the example and setting the example as we would expect folks in the community to do. So with that, we're going to get into the questions that we got regarding the 411, and here we go. Yes, we do. First and foremost, we are part of a mutual aid area that's called Mutual Aid Area C. It is a countywide agreement that we are able to take advantage of resources from all the surrounding agencies, starting on an inner ring for us, which would be Area C, and then moving out to the other areas if we need more resources. So that's a primary response for us. Also, all of our people are trained in mobile field force tactics. They're trained in knowing how to deal with civil unrest, and certainly how to make sure that we ensure people are exercising their First Amendment rights both effectively and peacefully. We want to make sure that people come out and that we hear the message that they're trying to send, but that we provide for the safety of members of the community and the protection of property in the process. So training is first and foremost. Certainly the mutual aid area is important. Making sure that our people are ready with regard to supervision and management. We have a healthy and robust equipment stores so that we can sustain some prolonged activity. And we engage with other departments to make sure that we have other elements that we need in furtherance of our responses. So we work with Public Works on making sure that we have barriers and other things that we need to employ. And we work with finance and other people when it comes to logistics. We also have an emergency operations center here in our city that we can activate so that we get access to resources both at the state and federal levels depending on the set of circumstances. So we have a robust response mechanism, and we have no compunction in putting that to use should the need rise.
Hello, this is Greg DeVink. I'm the Public Works Director and City Engineer for the City of San Gabriel, and this is the September update of 411 with the Chief. So I'll give a little bit of update on what's going on in San Gabriel in the world of public works and what we're planning and what we're currently working on and what we've recently accomplished. Currently, we are renovating the restroom at Smith Park, both the men's room and women's room. We're demolishing them right now. We have ADA porta potties rented on site, keeping the park serviced. However, we will be demoing out the partitions, fixtures, wall tile, floor tile, a bit of the ceiling, replacing the skylight, and doing a makeover on those restrooms. After the Smith Park restrooms, we will be moving down to Lugo Park and remodeling those restrooms next. That's being done with development impact fees from projects that are being constructed around the city, and we've amassed enough money to do our park restrooms. We have recently completed our Great Streets program except for this year, except for one sidewalk ramp that still needs to be constructed. So you'll see new paving around the streets around City Hall, and the McGroarty Alley around City Hall has just been completed. We are working on our next paving program, where we will be paving, we're estimating an ARAM, which is a rubberized coating, and a slurry seal with fiber coating on approximately 12 miles of city streets. We're hoping that will happen in October in preparation for that and trying to keep things as affordable as we can. We are renting a crack seal trailer for September and will be driving that around the planned streets ahead of the project with city crews. In addition to that, we are hoping to rent a grinding attachment for our skid steer, and we will grind the street along the gutter in preparation for that project as well. The more we can do with our in-house forces, the more affordable the project will be, and the more streets we can get restored with our limited funds. We are working on a couple different grants of money where we are developing a local road safety program that we have to complete in order to qualify for future other grants for our paving work. And we have received a grant for a Safe Routes to School program, so we will be developing a report for that as well. We have approximately $450,000 of Measure W, which is a stormwater fund, and that's based on our parcel count and population. So all the cities in LA County get an allotment in proportion to essentially their size. And so our share is about $450,000. We've recently submitted a proposal on how we intend to spend that. Some of it is on labor to maintain and construct stormwater projects. Some of it is for stormwater infiltration projects. Some of it's for fees and consulting services. Public Works staff also recently reconstructed the roof covering over the wine barrel at the Grape Arbor. So if you ever drop by that area in the Mission District, you'll see a whole new structure. The old one was rotting and ready to fall down. We are going to council soon for the speed study update and a new contract with Athens, our solid waste holder. Recently, just to highlight, because maybe many of you don't realize this is always going on, but the city this last weekend was tagged pretty hard with graffiti, not spray cans, but permanent markers. They did hit up Smith Park, Lugo Park, the library, and a couple other public right-of-way elements. And so Public Works has been out there removing all that graffiti. It's something we do regularly, but this weekend we were hit pretty hard. Lastly, we have completed the installation of the playground at Lugo Park, and because of the virus, we are going to likely continue to rent the temporary fence from the contractor to keep that park closed and safe per the county's health guidelines. So I guess that's about it I have for our update this month. Thank you very much for watching.
For this 411, we only had that one question, so I hope that I answered that clearly for the person that posed the question. But I want to encourage everyone that every month, on the first Wednesday of every month, we do 411 with the Chief, and you have the opportunity to ask any questions that you always wanted to know about the police department or our operation, and we encourage you to send those questions in. We will sit here, it's your time. No speeches, no canned responses. We just want to address whatever concerns and questions that the community has. So I hope that we're empowering people to be involved. We want to listen to whatever it is you have to say, and we are here to serve you. So with that, I want to bid you a farewell and remind you to stay happy, stay healthy, and we'll see you soon.